In this video, let us learn how to make alterations in clauses of the MOA. Let us look at the situation clause. As we discussed earlier, the situation clause in the MOA merely mentions the state where the company's registered office is located. It does not contain any information about the company's exact location or city address. Suppose a company wishes to change its registered office within the local limits of the same city or place. In that case, intimation for the same has to be filed in Form INC 22 and only a board resolution will be required. Also, note that since the exact address is not mentioned in MOA, the clause in the MOA will not be required to be amended. This point is included here for the sake of completeness of information. In case a company wishes to shift or change its registered office within the same state from the jurisdiction of one registrar of companies to the jurisdiction of another registrar of companies, then it will have to comply with the following procedure. 1. Pass a board resolution and special resolution in an extraordinary general meeting of the members and file MGT 14. 2. Make an application seeking confirmation from the regional director for shifting the registered office in Form INC 23 along with the required documents mentioned in Rule 28 of the Incorporation Rules. Two things are essential to remember. The proposed shift should not adversely affect the employee's interests. The company has to give a declaration that it will not seek change in the jurisdiction of the court where cases for prosecution are pending. The certified copy of an order of the regional director approving the alteration of memorandum for transfer of registered office of the company within the same state shall be filed in form number INC 28 along with the fee with the registrar of state within 30 days of receiving the certified copy of the order. In this situation, the clause in the MOA will not be required to be amended as the state remains the same. This point is included here for the sake of completeness of information. In case the company wants to change the registered address from one state to another, then the following procedure will have to be followed. 1. It will have to obtain the central government's consent for the transfer of the registered office from one state to another. The central government shall dispose of such transfer application within 60 days of receiving the transfer. Before passing any order, the central government will satisfy itself that the alteration has the consent of the creditors, debenture holders, and other persons concerned with the company, or that sufficient provisions has been made by the company either for the due discharge of all its debts and obligations, or that adequate security has been provided for such discharge. 2. Pass a board resolution and special resolution in an extraordinary general meeting of the members and file MGT 14. 3. A certified copy of the order of the central government approving the alteration shall be filed by the company with the registrar of each of the states within 30 days from the date of receipt of the order in Form INC 28, who shall register the same. The registrar of the state where the registered office is being shifted shall issue a fresh certificate of incorporation indicating the alteration. The next clause is the object clause. To alter the object clause, a company would have to follow the following procedure. A company which has raised money from the public through a prospectus and still has any unutilized amount out of the funds so raised shall not change its object for which it raised the money through prospectus unless the company passes a special resolution and details of the resolutions is published on 2 newspapers, English and vernacular. Further, the dissenting shareholder is required to be given an opportunity to exit the company. The respective ROC shall register any alteration with respect to change in object and certify the registration within 30 days from the special resolution's filing date. Change of object clause in the MOA in any other case can be made by passing a special resolution in the company's extraordinary general meeting. The respective ROC shall register any alteration with respect to change in object and certify the registration within 30 days from the special resolution's filing date. The next clause for our consideration is the capital clause. A company can increase its authorized capital by filing Form SH7. This brings us to the end of the chapter on how to amend specific clauses of MOA.